1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Mr. Flores, and thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. Here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Download that Kern Radio app and take us on the rest of your week before the kids go back to school. Heck, you can take us all the way out to Shaver Lake maybe if you wanted to. Plus, you can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search up Kern Radio and streaming live on YouTube. If you head over there right now, search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and watch us from the Kern Radio studios. The studios, those are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. And welcome to the JR Show. Speaking of Adaptive Networks, thank you, Jennifer Van Alstyne, yesterday for filling in for Ralph Bailey as he is on vacation. It was his birthday yesterday. We didn't get to call him. I wonder if he even made it out of town. For a while, he was talking about going to Porterville or something like that.
He did say Porterville.
Oh my gosh.
Who knows? Maybe he did.
And maybe he did. The bad thing is, wherever Ralph Bailey goes, Chris, Ralph Bailey is there. So it doesn't, I mean, the dude, never mind. I was going to say, every birthday he's tried to make it not where something could go wrong. I mean, he even went up, remember when he went up to Fraser Park one time? And he was like, oh, I'll just have a nice, quiet little birthday up there. And then what happened? A bear scared him away. I mean, the guy just...
a bear didn't technically scare him away. The thought of a bear.
The thought of the bear. The Airbnb owners scared him with saying, oh, yeah, make sure you lock it, too, because the bears have learned how to open the doors around here. It's like, and I'm out. So hopefully he got a good birthday in. But again, thanks to Jennifer Van Alstyne. I like to say it differently. If it's Van Alstyne, Stein, right? I say Steen because it's more German. Van Alstyne. You got to say it with the grunt. But if you listened yesterday, you got to learn about Adaptive Networks. So thanks for her. Who's filling in today? Kathy Abernathy?
Kathy Abernathy.
Kathy Abernathy will be filling in for Ralph today. So stay tuned for that. We have a great show for you lined up today. I promise we do. It is a Tuesday, so that means our new segment, Tia 2 with Kelly Gopinski. She'll stop by. She's got a whole range of topics she wants to talk about, from kids going back to school, anxiety, social media. When is it too young to introduce it to kids? All that we'll discuss with Kelly in the 2 o'clock hour. But before that, we'll get into a whole bevy of topics. Trump is coming to California. I'll tell you where he's going to be today and where he'll be tomorrow as he leaves the Golden State. Is the CHP doing a better job than the Bakersfield Police Department? Over the weekend, there was a string of DUI arrests back to back in downtown Bakersfield, but not done by the Bakersfield Police Department. No. California Highway Patrol stepping up their enforcement, thankfully. And also it was caught on camera, which made me question. And there was a back and forth with one of the streamers that goes out and records these things. And one of the friends of one of the DUI drivers was getting upset with them and started screaming at them and talking down to the camera guy. You're not even the real news, which made me ask the question, what is real news today? Is it just the mainstream media or your local television, KGET, 23 ABC, and 29 KBAK, Fox 58? Are those news channels and these streamers? I can name them. Dad's Gone Live was the one that was out over the weekend. But there's a whole host of them that go out here locally. We learned that during the Chase Bank incident where the guy went into hostage and there's all these streamers and the FBI pulled the fast one on them and escorted somebody out. All the streamers go, up, they caught him, we're done. Went home, and it was just a ploy because the guy, they knew that the hostage taker inside was probably watching those streamers. So we'll get into a conversation. Are they the news? And what is news necessarily? Like, if you end up getting pulled over for your DUI, is that news? Should somebody be filming that person getting arrested for DUI? We'll break all that down later in the show. And then the lottery, nobody won yesterday. So that means it has climbed. I'll tell you what tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot is. If you took the lump sum, how much you would get and how much you would get after taxes. And then I'll ask y'all, what would you do with that much money? Because it is still a lot of money. And one person in a California town was one number away from winning last night's $707 million jackpot. One number away. I'll tell you how much their ticket is still worth. And would you be mad? Would you be mad? Would you be like, man, one number? We'll talk about that as well. But we'll just start here locally, as I was watching over the weekend and then again yesterday and throughout social media, and then somebody else, another business owner or a business person in the area, brought it up and talked to me about it as well. But there was an incident over the weekend over at Beale Library, and it involved, again, I'm going to be nice and call them kids because that's ultimately what they are. I want to call them hoodlums and little badasses.
Oh, badass is a term of endearment. Let's be honest.
It probably is. Just kids with no respect, no home training, nothing. Apparently, they rolled up on Beale Library, and there's a bunch of video that I watched, and some people sent it to me last night. Of these kids, they were in the doorway of the library, and the workers in there and even security were trying to keep them out. Now, I had heard they had been in the library messing around, taking their bikes. I mean, we've all seen video of these kids before. Hell, was it earlier this year, at the end of last year, where there was this petition to keep these kids out of the Valley Plaza because they were showing up in hundreds of with their little bike gang, and they would just ride through the mall, terrorizing people. And we've seen video where they've done it through downtown, through Oleander, where they chased a guy into somebody's backyard because they said, the kids on bikes said that he was throwing rocks at them. Well, the video clearly shows y'all were messing with him first, riding up on him and his girlfriend, acting like you were going to run into them and doing your little trick to swerve out of the way at the last minute that you like to do. Hell, there's video of you guys crashing into parked cars and acting like, oh well, I probably left a dent or a scratch. Let's just keep on riding. You've seen them. It's a group of kids, and I don't know if it's the same kids every time. These ones looked really young. And they start swinging on one of the library workers. One of the guard tries to spray him back with pepper spray. And they all look about 13 years old. And Southside J, you know what Southside J wants to do? Even like the parent JR wants to do? Go up and smack every single one of them, because that's what they need, a good ass whooping. They need some fear put into them. Again, they lacked respect, something that should be taught at home, but apparently isn't. And that's where my next question goes is, where the hell are the parents when these kids are out there doing that? See nothing more than kids out riding their bikes, being outside, not on tablets or electronics, video games. It's cool. They're outside, right? Like, yes. But some of your kids is just bad and need a good ass whooping. And I'm not sorry for that, because there comes a point now, thankfully, thank God, I've never had to put a hand on my daughter. But she's probably listening. I've invoked fear. She knows when dad ain't playing no more. She knows there's a time, okay, we're messing around, and then there's a time where we ain't messing around no more. And she has respect, because if she doesn't have respect, I would have smacked her upside the back of the head a long time ago. Don't you ever talk to somebody that way. And so I know where the parents are. Well, they're probably on social media somewhere, sitting on their phone. They probably see videos of their kids and think that it's funny. Matter of fact, if you confronted the parents, you'd probably end up in a fight with said parent, unfortunately. And that's where we've come. And it scares me, because we're about to go back into school. And if this is what these kids are doing out on the streets, I feel sorry for the teachers. I feel sorry for the teachers. Not only do I feel sorry for the teachers, but I feel sorry for the other students trying to get an education. And you got a bunch of, I can't even call them knuckleheads, because they're beyond knuckleheads. Disrupting class. Now other kids can't learn. Like, at some point, we have to start holding people accountable, not just the kids, because what are you going to do? Arrested? Yeah. As a matter of fact, the video I watched, I would have had that 13-year-old arrested for assault, because he put hands on a library worker. He needs to be arrested for assault. And so does every other kid that tried to force their way through that library door and swing on workers too. Because until we start punishing these kids and their parents, and start showing them that, hey, there's actual consequences to your actions. Put who you think you're a badass until you spend the night in juvenile hall. And then we're going to see how badass you really are, because it's almost like the homeless people. These kids are just punks. They think they're hard until somebody actually steps up. They just try to go around intimidating people because there's 20 of them or whatever. And they figure, oh, people are going to be scared of us. Guess what? You're going to mess with the wrong person one day. And it ain't going to be about somebody being scared. It's about somebody's going to end up seriously hurt. And then you're going to have parents running around, oh, my child ain't that. My child wasn't bad. He's a good kid. Shut up. I'm sorry. I hate to talk like that. But goodness gracious. And again, the parents don't care. They're probably sitting at home on Instagram or TikTok watching the kids' video of them ride like stupid kids through in traffic and all that stuff, and laughing and thinking that it's cool. And that's why the kid thinks it's cool. Well, we're tired. We're tired. We're fed up. And guess what? Some of us ain't scared of you anymore. And what's going to end up happening is one of y'all is going to end up catching a butt whooping that you deserve. That you deserve. Now, I'm not all about, don't go around and say, oh, JR wants to start beating up kids. Some of y'all kids need it, yes. That's what happened. That's what's wrong. It's somewhere along the lines, y'all stop caring. Y'all stop just paying attention to what the heck your kids are doing.
Fear ain't a bad thing.
No, that's what I said. You just got to instill a little fear. Not even whooped her. I never had to lay hands on my child, but she knows I can give her one look. And the tone, just change the tone of your voice just a little bit. Just a little bit. Go from friendly to what? And watch your kid perk up real quick like, oh, shoot. My mom, my dad ain't happy right now. I'm just saying. We got to get a handle on that mess because it's only going to get worse. As much as I love to see, again, kids riding around on bikes, being outside, hanging out with their friends, a lot of them need to be taught respect. And that's what's wrong with a lot of kids these days, is they just lack a lot of respect. Now, that doesn't mean all kids. Don't pour a blanket all over all of them. There are a lot of good kids. Probably more good kid than bad. And it's unfortunate that these bad ones are the ones that get all the attention and ruin it for the good kids. Like I said, we get into classrooms and it just becomes the worst problem. Now the good kids can't even learn. It's crazy out there. Let's go to a break. I'll tell you about another incident that happened over the weekend, this time with myself, and talking about not being afraid. I'm fed up with homeless people trying to intimidate people out on the streets. I'm tired of homeless people yelling at people in cars, all because they think that we're scared of them. Well, guess what? I ain't scared. I confronted 2 of them this weekend, and I'll tell you how that turned out. Was it Southside Jay? Or was it Jesus? Because you only get one sometimes. You know my slogan, pray with me, don't play with me. Tell you what happened over the weekend downtown. And as I was at breakfast this morning, speaking of downtown, more broken windows. All this happening downtown. Kids riding bikes, acting a fool, causing a ruckus, homeless people terrorizing people, broken windows. Downtown's perfect. It's beautiful, Andre. Thank you. You go off to Sacramento already, please. It's only the first 15 minutes. Imagine what the rest of the show's going to be like. We'll talk with Kelly Kaplinski, T at 2. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Wednesday edition of the First Look program, we'll talk a little medicine with our friend Dr. Viv Deb. No John Cox, no news quiz. He's out on a culvert someplace, so we will backfill that with news, traffic, and weather. 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Everyone has goals. Maybe it's feeling more confident in your smile, or maybe it's simply finding a dentist you can trust. Let me tell you about my dentist, Dr. Mike Sagarian. For more than 13 years, Dr. Mike Sagarian and his staff at Columbus Family Dentistry and Rosetown Family Dentistry in Wasco have been helping families throughout Kern County achieve healthier, more confident smiles. Whether you're interested in professional teeth whitening, crowns, fillings, dentures, or just routine dental care, you'll receive expert treatment with the latest technology and the personal connection you deserve. Best of all, they accept most insurance plans, making quality dental care convenient and accessible to your family. Schedule your appointment today at Columbus Family Dentistry or Rosetown Family Dentistry and experience the difference personalized expert care can make. You can call 322-1300 in Bakersfield or 758-5338 in Wasco or Shafter. You can also log into bakersfielddentaloffice.com for more information.
Look, folks, you already know that your garage door is a very important part of your home, from the overall look of the place to the safety and security it provides. So obviously, you should only trust the service, repair, and maintenance of your garage door to the pros at King Door Company. Their skill and product knowledge are unmatched in the industry, and that's no accident. The techs at King Door are rigorously trained at the King Door Academy. That's right, King Door has an in-house training facility to make sure your job is done right on the first try. They're trained in all the latest equipment, tools, and techniques. They even learn how to listen to customer concerns through role-playing exercises. And you'll see how well all this training works when they show up right on time in fully stocked service trucks with all the parts and equipment to service or repair any garage door. Like I said, your garage door is a very important part of your home, so leave it to the pros at King Door Company. Schedule your appointment today at kingdoor.com. King Door Company, the company with the pride of a lion.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at
So it's a great movie. One of my favorite movies. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. I was thinking today, Chris, I was driving down 24th Street. My daughter and I went to 24th Street Cafe this morning for breakfast. It's her last week of no school. And so I figured, okay, what do you want to do, kid? We'll hang out a little bit more. And she's like, let's get 24th Street. I'm like, cool, that works. But I was driving. I think I went and dropped her off with my mom afterwards so I could come to work. And I'm driving down 24th Street. And I thought, okay, what about on Mondays, we do 80s music. On Tuesdays, we do 90s music. On Wednesday, we do 2000s. And then on Thursday, we do new music Thursdays, where it's all stuff that's like newer generation kid stuff, just so the parents can get acclimated. You know what I mean? And then Friday, we'll keep it with the Faith Friday. What do you think? 80s, 90s, we'll go through every different.
I'm not against that.
We'll see. I don't know.
There's a down for me.
I just think about those kinds of things as I'm riding around. Speaking of 24th Street, we were at breakfast this morning. They had a broken window. They had a busted window. The windows that run along the alley there at 24th Street Cafe, there was one that was busted out. My daughter's like, look, they got a broken window. Yep, they sure do. They sure do. Unfortunately, it's all too common downtown. Meanwhile, the city council, and I'll talk about this after the break, and their meeting tomorrow, they're going to set to prioritize bike lanes. Like I said, I'll give you my thoughts on that here coming up after the news break. That's not what I want to talk about. What I was going to tell you guys about is the other incidents downtown, and all this has to do with downtown and just the state of downtown. So I was there on Saturday, picked up my daughter from her mom's house, went, swung around, and we were going to go to Arizona Cafe for breakfast, but it was packed and it was a little later by that time. And so we ended up where we ended up is at Luigi's, which we don't get very often, but man, she loves it in there. And of course, what happens? What happens every time I go somewhere with my daughter and I order something? She eats my food. She ate my truffles and my mushroom raviolis. What the heck, kid? Get your own plate next time. I had to eat the pastrami. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Pastrami was great, but I'm just saying, know what you're getting, kid. She always eats my food. But we ended up at Luigi's. Before we were there, though, I stopped at Ramco to put gas. You know the Ramco downtown right there, 24th, and I don't know what street that is. It's not F. Is it H? It might be H Street, 24th and H. There's the Ramco right there. So I stop, pull in, putting gas. Well, I pull in at the gas pump, and my daughter and I get out because she doesn't like to wait in the car because there's too many shady characters around. Well, one of the shady characters was already circling the gas pumps, bugging people. And then he decided to come up to me and like, hey, dude, can you get me some milk? And I'm like, dude, I'm putting $10 in gas and I'm going to get breakfast. That's all I got, dude. And he's like, whatever. And he follows us into Ramco. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. And then he asks the lady, how much for milk? And she tells him, and he doesn't buy milk, but then he follows us out and then follows us kind of back to the pump and then trails off as he's mumbling back to the store. And I'm like, whatever, dude. And my daughter's already at that point kind of like freaked out. And so she gets in the car. I have to go back into the store because the pump didn't work right. On my way back out, what does he do? He follows me back to my pump, mumbling. I'm like, dude, you picked the wrong one, bro. If you got a problem, say something. You're already scaring my daughter. What's up? You want what? I'm tired of y'all thinking that people are scared of you and you can just punk us. You picked the wrong one today. What you want? And he stared me down as he tried to cross 24th Street. And then he thought he'd be bad and stop on 24th and look back at me again. I'm like, I'm still here, dude. What? And he's like, yeah, this dude ain't playing. Continue to cross 24th Street. Then, of course, on the other side of 24th, there's another crazy guy walking with a basket, yelling at everything. Some cars coming out of McDonald's. He starts yelling at him. Yeah. I'm at my gas pump. I'm like, hey. He looks over at me. I'm like, knock it off. He's like, you talking to me? I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to you. Stick around. You're going to want to hear the end of this.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. President Trump is visiting California and Nevada. The president seeking to shore up support for fellow Republicans in November elections that will determine whether his party keeps control of Congress. The White House says Mr. Trump will attend a Republican National Committee dinner near Los Angeles on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the president is slated to talk about the economy at a Las Vegas casino hotel. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says Israeli forces will not withdraw from their current lines in Gaza until Hamas has completely disarmed. The Senate Judiciary Committee votes to support the nomination of President Trump's former personal attorney Todd Blanche as the nation's attorney general. On Wall Street, stock market rallied to records, the Dow gaining 907 points today, the Nasdaq up 671, the S&P 500 added 136. This is SRN News.
Headlines from the KERN newsroom.
I'm Rob Archer. It is another very hot afternoon for Kern County. A heat advisory remains in effect as temperatures climbing back into the triple digits. The hot, dry weather also raising the risk of wildfires. Health officials are telling everyone to drink plenty of water, limit your time outdoors during the afternoon, and also check on older family members and your neighbors. Cooling centers remain open across the county for anyone who needs relief from the heat. Former Kern County Sheriff Sergeant Stephen Wells is scheduled to go on trial in November on rape and burglary charges. Wells has pleaded not guilty. Drivers should expect overnight closures this week on the Highway 99 and 58 interchange as crews install new overhead signs for the Centennial Corridor project. I'm Rob Archer in the Kern newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Attention, Medicare beneficiaries in Kern County. Are you looking for a doctor who truly listens? Someone who cares about your health and respects your time with minimal wait times and prompt referral authorizations? Well, it may be time to learn about QualCare IPA. QualCare IPA partners with most Medicare Advantage health plans, giving you access to a large, community-based network of outstanding physicians and quality hospitals right here in Kern County. Local doctors, trusted hospitals, personalized care. Medicare Advantage plans offer benefits beyond original Medicare, but understanding your options for 2026 can feel overwhelming. That's where we can help. Call 661-554-4544 today to learn more about your Medicare Advantage choices. Our knowledgeable team is ready to help you understand your coverage options and make confident decisions about your care. Again, that's 661-554-4544. Get the information you need and the coverage you deserve. For accommodations of persons with special needs at meetings, call 661-554-4544, TTY 711.
The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
So CSUB former coach and graduate Kevin Mays was sentenced 4 years for human trafficking, having kiddie porn, weapons, methamphetamine, and with time served and time for good behavior, he'll be out by next summer. Thank you, Monty Hall, a.k.a. Cynthia Zimmer. Let's make a deal.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Central Valley remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Oh no, big Snoop Dogg.
Back up in the hazy, baby. I always cringe my daughter out whenever I start rapping. She's like, oh my God, she's doing it again. What? Grew up in the 90s, kid. Get over it. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. You can download the Current Radio app. Take us on the rest of your summer vacations before school starts next week. And you can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Current Radio, and streaming live on YouTube. Just head over there right now, search up Current Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can watch us from the Current Radio studios. Our studios powered by Adaptive Networks. Call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. I was telling you guys a story before we went to break there about a little situation that happened with me downtown this weekend, Ramco, involving two, I mean, I don't know what else to call them, but homeless people. One of them was, the first guy was probably looked like he was in his 30s, healthy individual. And I'm like, dude, you're walking around out here in downtown. Go get your butt a job, fool. Like, if you could walk around down here begging people for money and trying to intimidate people, why can't you go sweep floors somewhere? Like, what's your problem, dude? And so, like I said, he followed me around the parking lot a few times until I started staring him down. And once I started staring him down, he was like looking at me like I had a problem. I'm like, what, you got a problem? And as he tried to cross 24th Street, he waited for traffic to stop with that little light right there. And then he stepped into like the first lane, got halfway in, and then he turned around again like he was going to do is come back. And he stared at me, and I'm still staring him down. Like, dude, you picked the wrong one today. I know everybody else out here might be scared of you, and you can intimidate people, and that's the problem. Same thing with these kids. They think nobody's going to do anything. Everybody's scared of them. Everybody's just going to turn and look the other way. Well, not today. What? Yeah, I'm still right here, and I'm still staring you down. He thought better of it and was like, yeah, this dude's not playing. He turned around and kept going. Now on the other 24th Street, like I said, there's another homeless guy. He's pushing his basket, screaming at the sky, mad at the world for whatever situation he's in, I guess. And then there's a car pulling out of that McDonald's. And again, this is across the street from me, but I can hear him, clearly see what he's doing. And then he turns around because he's headed in one direction, already past the car, and then he turns around and he's going to start yelling at the car. And that car is already, I could see like, oh, they're freaking out like, dang it, what is this homeless person going to do? What is going on out there? Can you hear that? It's like freaking.
I think we have a mechanic's garage
monster truck back there or something like that. Just turn me down a little bit and I'll get a little closer to the mic, I guess, because man, hear that? It's like I'm at the monster trucks. Is that guy like, right? What is he driving out there? My goodness gracious. And then I have my headphones cranked up to 1200. The people are like, Jared, we can't hear anything.
Probably can't, but you can definitely hear it if you're in the area.
Man, what is that guy driving?
Scion Z just drove by.
Gosh,
Really revved up engine.
Oh, yeah. It's probably just a muffler. Probably doesn't even have it. It's all we used to call that all show, no go.
Can't stand that either. Why do you, I shouldn't say you people, but why do people do that? Like, why do
All
you have
show.
to be the loudest thing on?
All attention. They need attention, Chris. Just like the homeless. They all just need attention. That's all it is. I was like, okay. But this guy starts yelling at the car, right? He turns around to purposely start yelling at the car. And I immediately go, hey, knock it off. Yelled across 24th Street. And he looks over like, somebody saying something to me? And I'm like, yeah, you, knock it off. He's like, oh. And he apparently thought I was playing. So he decided he thought he was going to try to intimidate me even more by crossing 24th Street while traffic is going. Like literally, traffic is going, and this dude leaves his basket on the other side of 24th Street and is just walking through traffic. Cars are stomping, honking, yelling at him, and I'm pumping my gas. My daughter's like, Dad, just leave it alone. Please get in the car. I'm like, nah, I'm tired of these fools thinking that everybody's scared of them. That's the problem. And I'm not telling you guys to confront people. I'm not telling you to take matters into your own hands, vigilante justice, any of that. This is just me, and I'm tired and I'm fed up. And the problem I see is that everybody either is just too scared, and the homeless people and the kids that are causing ruckus on the streets know that, and they take advantage of your fear, or they just assume that nobody's going to say anything to them. Everybody's just going to kind of turn their head away because nobody wants to get involved. Not my problem. Well, I'm tired. And so my guy's cutting across 24th Street in the middle of traffic, right? And by this time, I'm already kind of in my car. But I'm like, screw it. I got back out. Well, he wasn't ready for that. He thought I was going to jump in my car and be scared and just drive off and think he won. Nah, JR put that bad boy in park and got out the car. And that's when he realized, oh, yeah, I picked the wrong one. Because what did he do as soon as I got out the car? Sir, you left your your gas thing's open, sir. You just left your gas. I was like, oh, big badass that just crossed 24th Street in traffic. All of a sudden, ain't that bad no more. Want to tell me about what happened to the guy that was screaming at cars? Now you're all like, hey, dude, you just left your gas cap on. I was like, what? And he flinched like I was gonna hit him. I was like, oh, see, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Y'all are punks, dude. You're just a typical bully. You think people are scared of you. You're gonna act bad because nobody's gonna confront you. And then when somebody actually does confront you, it shows you ain't that bad. And he's like, oh, like I was gonna hit him. I was like, dude, I ain't gonna hit you. Matter of fact, why don't you let me pray for you? And he looked at me like, what? I closed my gas cap. I'm like, yeah, why don't you let me pray for you right now? And then he got into this whole thing where the Mormons ripped me off, man. The Mormons took everything I had. They robbed me. They took all my money, man. The Mormons took everything. Are you a Mormon?
The Mormons. Wow, that's a new one. I haven't heard anybody blame the Mormons before.
I mean, that's what he
went. Is that the new age thing? We're blaming Mormons now?
And I was like, dude, I'm not Mormon.
Moved on from the Catholics and the Christians and the Jewish people. Now we're moving to Mormons, huh?
I was like, I'm not Mormon. I'm just a follower of Christ, man. I just try to follow God as much as I can, dude. I don't prescribe to religion so much as I just know that I'm trying to get close to God. And he looked at me sideways again. I said, so can I pray with you? He's like, if you know what you're praying for. It's like, I know what I'm praying for, man. He's like, all right. And I prayed with him. I put my hand out to shake his hand. He shook my hand and I held his hand and I prayed for him. About halfway through, I stopped. I looked down and said, what's your name? Robert Wright. All right, Robert Wright. And I intentionally prayed specifically for him. When we finished, he looked at me. I said, look, man, God loves you. God loves me. So I love you. And he looked at me and he said, I believe you. I said, all right, man, just be cool out here, dude. You don't need to be yelling at cars. You don't need to, I understand you feel like you've been wronged. But that person in that car didn't wrong you, man. It's like, all right. And I was like, whoa, what the? I was about to whoop this fool. My daughter's in the car like, can you just get in the car, Dad? Why you got to be like this, man? You're embarrassing me. I just prayed with him, though. And she's like, I know, but still. Again, I'm not condoning anybody to confront people or try to step in because it can be dangerous out there. Who knows what that guy could have had on him? What if he would have had a gun or a knife or something? And he was that bad, he was that mentally deranged that he was just gonna you know what I mean? Come across the street and stab me. So I don't condone that. I don't tell you that story to make you guys go, oh yeah, we should do that too. No. But we do need more people getting involved, whether that's the police, you know what I mean? Just intervening in those kinds of situations. Again, they think we're not gonna do anything, whether it's the kids or the homeless or whoever. They think, one, that people are scared and they take advantage of that intimidation. Or two, they think that people are just going to turn a blind eye to it because they don't want to get involved. And they take advantage of that, and that's why our streets are the way they are. It's just a mess out there. But that's downtown for you. Meanwhile, the city council tomorrow night will discuss how they're going to prioritize bike lanes, thanks to Bob Smith. Because that's the pressing issue. Because if we only had bike lanes, Chris, those kids down and on Truxton trying to harass and assault. I mean, I'm not even going to say allegedly. Video clearly shows these kids assaulting a library worker. If only they had bike lanes. If only we had bike lanes for them, they wouldn't be causing so much trouble. They'd obey the bike laws. They'd ride in the bike lane. that's what the priority is. In an effort to increase road safety, the city of Bakersfield is preparing to adopt updated guidelines prioritizing wider bike lanes and street designs. And you guys, that's all I have to say. If you want to chime in, go ahead and do so. 661-842-5376. You can call, you can text, you can jump in the chat on YouTube and just leave your comment about how you feel about Bakersfield prioritizing bike lanes. Because that's the problem, is we need more bike lanes. Well, of course, if you're Bob Smith, who owns Bike Bakersfield, who sits on this committee that they made up. What's the name of this committee? Where did it go? It's some weird transportation and module, blah, blah. Oh, here, I got the actual agenda. Let's see what it says here. It's a long paragraph. The longest one, new business. Traffic safety policy for the construction and improvement of city streets, all wards. The city council has highlighted traffic safety as a council priority. Straight from the agenda website, by the way. I'm not wording it. That's how they worded it. Including through the creation of the multi-module Transportation and Traffic Safety Committee. Updates to the city's Complete Streets policy, adoption of the Neighborhood Traffic Calming Program and Safe Routes to Schools GIS map, and implementation of numerous traffic calming measures throughout the city. Based on a more recent referral from Councilman Bob Smith, staff explored the feasibility of expanding the traffic safety policies of the city to more specifically prioritize bike and pedestrian facilities. Do you see why we have problems in this community? Well, I'm sitting here telling you how just over the weekend, CHP had to come to town and have 3-4 DUI stops within a matter of 30, 45 minutes in one area of downtown. Literally, they sat on one corner and just, yep, that one. I mean, they probably watched people walk to their car drunk and get in their vehicles. That's how easy it is. Meanwhile, BPD, who knows, they're probably setting up some like DUI checkpoint on the other side of town where they're going to get one DUI driver. Thanks. We got kids causing ruckus on bikes all over town. This is just the latest incident at Beale Library. We got homeless population still breaking windows. And I'm sorry that I have to call them homeless because I know there's the whole, well, JR, the homeless people. Criminals living on the streets. Is that better? How about that? How about I title them correctly for you? Criminals living on the streets, continuing to break windows, vandalize businesses throughout downtown and Old Town Kern. I'm sure the east side is the same way. Hell, I'm sure all over town it's the same. Criminals living on the streets under the guise of homelessness, vandalizing businesses, and terrorizing the community. Meanwhile, they'll tell you that it's gotten better. Crime's gotten down. Homelessness is, well, it's not gone down, but at least it's, stayed the same.
Yes.
Thanks for the effort. Appreciate it. Well, if only we had a higher bar to clear sometimes. Well, it's not gotten worse. Yeah, well, it's not getting better either. And depending on who you ask and where you live, they'll tell you, nah, it's gotten worse, JR. It's gotten worse. I just don't understand it. Let's go ahead and take a break. Bike lanes. That's the priority at tomorrow's meeting. Not city jail beds. What happened to that, Bob Smith? What happened? Hell, I talked to Cassie Biddle last week. She hasn't heard from you in months about this jail bed task force that you put together. Because God knows you can't run just on, hey, I made more bike lanes. No, you also want to be able to say, well, I put a task force together and we attempted to get city jail beds. Meanwhile, I got a whole paragraph right here on the agenda, talking about bikes bike safety. How we need to make it more bike lanes, make it a priority in the city. He's up for re-election. At this point, I have to walk down and grab my list of who pulled papers to run against him, but I'm automatically voting for that guy. I don't even care who it is at this point. We just get Bob Smith off the city council so him and his boys can stop making tons of money off his elected position, please. Don't even get me started about the sidewalks downtown and the havoc that they've caused throughout the businesses down there. Yeah, should have asked us down California Avenue how we felt when they were redoing our street. But don't worry, Andre stepped in and he talked to some business owners down there and he's promised them a few things, as he always does. It's probably our money because that's what he's best at, promising people. Whew, let's go ahead and take a break. On the other side, maybe we'll change the subject. Maybe we won't. But if you want to chime in, you can. 661-842-5376. 661. We have a phone call too, right? Who's on the line?
Mike.
Mike, stay on the line. You're first when we come back. Then we'll check the text message board. And in the 2 o'clock hour, it's Tea at 2 with Kelly Glapinski. All kinds of fun topics to discuss. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Current Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN. First Look with Scott Cox. Morning 6 to 9 a.m.
The Ed Jiggles extravaganza that we're all going to be treated to. It's yet another way too closely connected to the DA's office. So this one's going to play out in Tulare. And that's fun for 2 reasons. Number one, we're not going to have to pay for it. And the other thing is listening to how our news guy's going to pronounce Tulare every morning. We're all going to find out together in real time. It'll be a festival.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Hey, this is Terry Maxwell. You know, one thing I've never enjoyed is painting. It takes time, patience, and real skill to do it right. That's why when it comes to painting my home or business, I trust the professionals at Howling Painting. Howling Painting is family-owned and operated right here in Kern County and has proudly served our community since 1978. They were even voted Best of Bakersfield, Best Painting Company in 2025 and 2026. Whether it's residential or commercial, interior or exterior, Howling Painting delivers top-quality work at competitive prices. Their team is dedicated to exceptional service and results that exceed expectations. And they don't consider the job finished until you're completely satisfied. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, so you can feel confident your property is in good hands from the start to the finish. Get a free, no-obligation consultation today at Howling Painting. That's HALLING.com or call 872-0988. Howling Painting, quality works you can trust.
Most people don't want more financial information. They want clarity. They want to know they're making the right moves and that someone's actually paying attention. That's what we do at MoneyWise. We help you organize your financial life, plan for what's ahead, and make decisions with confidence, whether retirement is around the corner or still years away. And now you'll find us in a new place, the historic Woolworths building, right in the heart of downtown Bakersfield. A piece of local history reimagined for what's next. MoneyWise, thoughtful planning, real conversations. Visit moneywiseguys.com to get started.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through LPL Financial. LPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
Hey folks, Jeff Salters here, noted barbecue guy. Yeah, that's right, Bakersfield's best barbecue. And I'm here with my good friend Michael Binge. You know him as, hey folks, it's Michael Binge, noted barbecue connoisseur. So I'm going to do a little on-the-spot interview here. Michael Binge, you come here once, twice a year now. You get to come hang out. Your family's here. And every time you come, I know you always get you just a grip of barbecue. So Michael Binge, what's your favorite Salty's barbecue item?
Well, you know, bud, I have to get a bunch of food because I got a big family out here. So we always load up on family packs. Could be 2, could be 3, but then we have to get extra bread and extra sides and spicy mac and cheese and the green beans. They absolutely love that stuff. So you know what I'll be doing? I'll be doing that tomorrow night.
You can find us at 9425 Rosedale Highway or 6801 White Lane. Or if you want, you can go to saltysbbq.com and order online. Salty's Barbecue and Catering. California Grill, Texas approved.
That's what we should have went
Oh,
this
it's
morning.
good.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're
Man.
listening to the JR Show on Newstalk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online at KernRadio.com. I just saw this. I just heard the Salties ad right now this morning, and their new spot opens up on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I went to 24th Street Cafe this morning. Well, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. That's why I probably shouldn't. But
that's right.
I heard they were having soft openings, and they might be open today and tomorrow. So I was like, as soon as I heard the spot, I was like, man, I was supposed to get in line at 10 o'clock this morning. I wanted to be customer number 1. I blew it. Totally forgot. Maybe I'll go in tomorrow. Yeah, Salty's opening up their new location over off of Coffee, closer to Meany, I think, right? Somewhere around there. Coffee and Meany, Coffee and Rosedale, between there somewhere. Their new location opens up officially. The ribbon cutting will happen on Thursday morning.
Thank you for the ribs last week, by the way.
Yeah, so the ribs are delicious too. And I totally forgot until I heard that spot that he told me, hey, we're not advertising it, but we're doing a soft opening. I shouldn't even have said that because now he's like, we didn't want to get too busy, so we're not telling people, we didn't want to get swamped in the first day. And so we thought we'd open it up soft. And I totally forgot. But I am going to try to get to the movies today. I'm going to probably go watch Moana later on, and I'll tell you how bad it was. What? It's gonna
Spider-Man's out and you're choosing to see The Rock in a wig.
Ooh. I can be the first customer without the line for a back to school special, I've just been told. Thank you, Norma. La Rosa apparently is gonna have a back to school special.
I thought we were talking Salties. I was like, wait, what?
Well, no, I could probably do that too if I just text the right people, but I don't like to take advantage of my position, Chris. I'm a man of the people. Just like the people. I don't like to go in and be like, hey, can I get to the front, please? I'm JR. No. I stand with the people, Chris, because I'm a man of the people. This is why this is your guys' show. Speaking of which, let's get to Mike. He's on the line. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN if you guys want to chime in. Mike, you're on the line. What's on your mind, sir?
Hillary Clinton famously quoted that African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. The problem with that is all those African villages were culturally homogenous. I grew up, everyone around disciplined their kids the same way. If I acted out in some way and some other parent saw me do it,
you get smacked upside your head, Mike. You would have got kicked. You would have got a swift kick in the butt, and you would have went home and told your mom they kicked me, and your mom would have said, "What'd you do?"
Exactly. Now, about 20 years ago, my kid was riding a bike, and a neighborhood kid who didn't like him picked up his skateboard and swung it at my kid's head, and he just missed him. And I saw this, and I shouted, hey, cut that crap out. And that's literally what I did. No harsher words. Later on, his dad came and banged on our door and chewed into me, and I thought the two of us were going to come to blows.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, that's ridiculous. The kid could have turned around. He swung at the kid's face, and he was holding the skateboard sideways, so we would have caught him with an edge, not with the flat. That could have done some serious damage, not the least is my kid is, of course, biking in the other direction. So you've got the momentum going. And this guy's chewing me out for daring to say anything, just to speak in a loud voice, not curse at, not anything. Just shout at the kid who was 3 houses down, so I had to shout, cut that crap out. So as long as we have people who will always, it's one thing to always defend your child, but it's a whole other thing to turn around and say no one else can even talk to them.
Yeah.
No one else can even say, hey, cut that crap out.
Yeah. Well,
the kids know they do this with impunity because they know
that they can get away with it. Yeah, their parents aren't gonna hold them responsible. As a matter of fact, their parents, like you said, is gonna come and defend them, and that's where they learn it from, Mike. That's where they learn how to act in that behavior.
Yeah, and then you throw in one other thing. You talked about those bicycle kids. Had any of them made contact and someone turned around and shoved them back?
That person. Yep. Go ahead.
You bet. All right, I got to run. You take care.
Thanks,
you got
Mike.
a hard break coming up anyway.
Yeah,
so.
thanks, Mike. Thanks for listening. You're absolutely right, brother. You hit it right on the head. It's exactly like I said. You say anything to them, one, you're going to end up a fight with their parents because that's where they learned that from. And two, if you so God lay hands on one of them, now you're the one that ends up with the lawsuit or being arrested. Like I watched 2 different kids at least strike or at least try to put hands on a library worker in those videos. That's assault. But had that library worker turned around and hit him, oh, God forbid what have happened. Got to get to a break. On the other side, it's time for Tea at 2 with Kelly Glapinski. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Current Radio, AM 1230, KERN. 96.1 FM, K241CI Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. In an interview with CNBC, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says there's progress in talks to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
I think there is a chance we may have a deal today or tomorrow to open the strait and move towards a more normalized position in this conflict.
Bessent was also asked if the emerging deal could include tolls for moving through the Strait of Hormuz.
I think it would be freedom of movement. And even though things are still a little dicey there over the past few days, we saw quite a few ships coming out.
President Trump is under mounting pressure to end an unpopular war that has driven up gas prices. Many keeping a close eye on today's Democratic primary in Michigan to see if the Democrat socialist candidate for Senate can beat the establishment candidate who is a sitting congresswoman. Correspondent Laura Winters reports.
Political observers closely watching this race between Democrat socialist Abdul El Sayed and establishment candidate Congresswoman Haley Stevens. The Real Clear Politics average of polls finds El Sayed beating Stevens by more than 10 points. New polling data from Epic MRA shows former Congressman Republican Mike Rogers beating El Sayed by 3 points in a hypothetical matchup in November. Laura Winters reporting.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has cleared a critical hurdle in his bid to be confirmed to the post after swaying Republican holdouts on a Senate committee to advance his nomination for a floor vote. Senate Judiciary Committee voted 12 to 10 along party lines Tuesday in support of the nomination of President Trump's former personal attorney. On Wall Street, the Dow by 907 points, the S&P advanced 136. More at townhall.com.
I was like, we never go to.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-292-7875.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update.
A man shot by a Kern County deputy in Rosamond is now facing an attempted murder charge. I'm Rob Archer. The sheriff's office says a deputy was called to the Desert Oasis Mobile Estates yesterday for a disturbance. Investigators say 22-year-old Joshua Dribman confronted the deputy with a sword and the deputy opened fire. Dribman was taken to a hospital with injuries that were not life-threatening. He was later arrested on suspicion of attempted murder of a peace officer, resisting arrest, and using a deadly weapon to resist arrest. No deputies or bystanders were hurt. The heat is still the story across Kern County. Heat alert remains in place through at least tomorrow. Triple-digit highs are expected through the weekend with no real cooling until sometime next week. Kern County cooling centers are open until 8 tonight. Free rides can be available by calling 211. More than 90 Kern County firefighters are helping with fires in Washington, Oregon, and San Diego County. The department says enough crews remain at home to handle any local calls that come in during the heat. Bakersfield Police are holding National Night Out tonight at Yokitz Park. The free event runs from 6 until 9. Families can meet officers, see police vehicles and equipment, and learn more about crime prevention. A burning semi briefly blocked part of northbound 5 near Grapevine Road this morning. The driver did get out safely before that truck was fully engulfed. Environmental health workers were called to the scene. And free mammograms will be offered in Shafter tomorrow through Links for Life and Kern Medical. The program is for women 40 and older who are uninsured or between jobs and haven't had a mammogram within the past year. I'm Rob Archer in the Kern Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Please.
Flores, and this up. Thank you very
I
much.
had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing.
Just,
I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. Here is your host, JR.
Welcome back. It's the second hour of the show. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere you go. With the week left you have of summer break before the kids go back to school, you can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search up Kern Radio. And we're also streaming live on YouTube. If you head over there right now, just look up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It is Adaptive Networks. And this is Tea at 2 with Kelly Glepensky, our new weekly regular. Good afternoon, madame. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing all right, a little bit better. I mean, after this weekend's shenanigans downtown and the heat just continuing to rise and creep up, it's going to be 110 on Saturday.
It brings them out too.
Oh,
a lot more violence in
yeah.
the heat.
Oh yeah, because it just, I mean, it's hot and they're just living on the street and they're grumpy because it's hot and just,
right.
Yeah, it just causes more problems. And like I said, I don't know, don't try to get yourself involved. Don't get yourself hurt. It's probably best to just turn your head and walk away sometimes. Because
it's not better to see something, say something,
but don't get yourself into a situation that, because I don't want anybody to say, well,
right.
JR told me to go and beat up the homeless person. No, that's not what I said.
No, it's better to pray. I
did.
I really loved your, stand your ground.
Yeah.
Look at them, let them know, unless they're
mentally completely out of their head. But yeah.
But yeah.
Because they take advantage of people being scared. And
a lot of them are highly intelligent.
Oh yeah, he knew he was yelling at that car, and he thought as he crossed the street that, oh, this guy's just going to get in his car and take off because he's scared of me. And it was he realized when I opened my door back up and got out of the car to like actually confront him when
it got real.
It got real. And that's when he was like, hey man, you left your gas open. And I was like, oh, now all of a sudden I left my gas open. It just went like this. And he flinched down like if I was going to hit him. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to hit you. Like, matter of fact, let me just pray with you.
And that's awesome.
That's when God stepped in and took Southside out and brought Jesus back. Yeah.
Jesus took the will.
Yeah, because Southside J isn't as pleasant as Jesus JR. So I tell people, Kelly, it's my slogan. Pray with me, don't play with me. See?
Ooh, I like that.
So you like that?
Yeah.
You can get Southside J or you can get Jesus. Probably want Jesus. We all need more Jesus.
We absolutely do. And by praying for somebody, that's an OODA loop. They're not expecting that.
Oh, he totally wasn't expecting it. It caught him off guard. And then actually when we were done praying, I was like, I love you. He looked at me dead in the eyes and was like, I believe you.
Awesome.
And I was like, all right. Thanks, God. Thanks for stepping in.
And you know what? And that probably changed his day, his outlook. He'll be kinder and nicer to everyone else that he sees.
Hopefully, it lasted a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Guys. Hopefully.
Even an hour is good.
Even an hour is good.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. That's right. Baby steps. Like baby stepping back to school. Oh my gosh, it's already on Wednesday.
Wow.
I'm not ready.
Did you buy any necessities?
No, we don't really need anything. She goes to the private school down the street, so she's in uniform, so we don't have to do the whole back to school shopping.
Do they modify the uniforms? Like, do they wear extra sparkly socks?
Nope, not allowed.
Oh, that's good.
Not allowed.
I think public schools should wear uniforms too.
Yeah, you can get shoes. You can pick whatever shoes you want. You know what I mean? But they can't be open toed, or they can't be boots, or they can't be this or that. You know what I mean? So there's rules and regulations.
That's good.
It helps. Because then I don't have to go out and do all this back to school shopping and then make sure, can you even wear that to school? No, there's no question.
Well, a lot of very successful people, including Musk, they talk about wearing the same outfits, jobs. They wear, the black shirt, black suit, black whatever, because they don't have to think about it. And the more time that they think about something unnecessary, the less time they can think about something productive.
There you go. I wore a black shirt every day last week. I don't know if anybody realized, but I was mourning.
Mourning the loss of summer?
Yeah. Exactly.
See, I know you now. We're going to be two peas in a pod.
We're too much alike, Kelly. This is going to be scary. This is going to be scary. Hey, you wanted to talk about some things this week. What do you got set up for us?
Well, I was really fascinated by your story. That was quite interesting. I had a fun ride home on the train yesterday. That's always fun.
Where'd you go? Up north?
Yeah.
The train ride's fun up north. I've only done it once, but it was like a decade ago, maybe even 2 decades ago.
Well, I think Amtrak is pretty much the same, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
The same people that you see on the side of the road.
Yeah.
On the train.
On the train.
On the train.
It was a nice ride. Were you disappointed you weren't on high-speed rail?
Oh, yes. In fact, my father-in-law, Roger Glopinski, I made a comment. Hey, when is that going to happen?
If that was done, we would have been there by now.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a nice train ride, at least, somewhat?
No matter, yeah.
Public transportation.
I always have fun no matter where I go.
Public transportation, that's what we'll say, Kelly.
So I left in the morning, and it was quite eventful, to say the least. There was a less than kind person that was on the bus screaming and cussing and yelling at people. And, it was quite entertaining.
And they didn't remove them?
No.
I mean, at least on a plane, you get
it's because the poor driver's up at the front.
Right.
And they have the AC on, and they always go to the back. And they cause all the problems. And again, everyone's afraid to say something or see something. And I'm not going to mention the low testosterone that men have nowadays. That's a whole nother issue.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole show. That's not a whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so, yeah, she gets off, and then we get on the train, and I'm telling my husband, and he's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Do you want me to? And I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Like, I got this.
I got this. So we get on, and then maybe an hour and a half, I'm sitting with this really nice lady that I had never met, and we're chit-chatting. And then I'm all, it's really hot. She goes, your face looks a little flushed. Are you feeling okay? And she goes, I'm really hot too. And then 2 seconds later, they announced there's no AC on your train car. So we moved.
I was going to say, I hope you got up and moved.
And guess where the only seat was?
My gosh, next to
there
the
was
same.
one in front of her and one behind her. So I go again, training, my back to the hard, surface, a wall, and she's in front of me. And I'm texting my husband. He goes, of course you sat by her.
Of course.
And I go, yeah, because I can control the situation.
God wants to test you right
now. I didn't say anything, and she was pretty good. I made eye contact, smiled. Every time, it is what it is. And I would have said, I'll pray for you. Yeah. Obviously, you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Bless your heart. You're having a bad day.
That's all it needs sometimes. Is somebody to just step in and bring down the situation.
I think that people are lonely. I think that with all the social media and everything, and that's sort of kind of what I was going to talk about, but I think people are truly lonely and they don't know how to behave any longer.
I think people have gotten into the online, and as much as that was supposed to bring people closer together, it's only caused, I think, people to go into these holes.
Exactly.
And not only do you go into a hole maybe by yourself, but then you also fall into these echo chambers where it's just the same thing. You know what I mean?
The definition of insanity is, Einstein would say, to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So if you want to be broke, poor, and miserable, you should probably hang out with broke, poor, miserable people. If you want to change, or vice versa, if you want to be around happy, positive people,
surround yourself with those people.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
we need to grow. We need change.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need
Social
to OODA
media.
loop.
Social media is it can be a benefit and a curse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I think there are benefits. Like there's things that I get to see, I guess, that I normally wouldn't see, whether it's family that I don't talk to as much. But then again, maybe I should. And maybe social media has made me feel like now I don't have to talk to that person even more because I can see what they do online.
Exactly. And originally, we've all said it was nice to connect and see the family, which there is a positive. There are positives that people that live out of town. But I think the negatives are, besides, we talked about the keyboard warriors.
Oh, yeah.
You don't connect. Everybody is not paying attention. We go into a restaurant and nobody is looking at each
Nobody
other.
is there.
Nobody.
It's ridiculous.
You go to a soccer game and they're recording this. I do that too, but I hold the stick so I can still see what's going on. Concerts, it's all, nobody lives in the moment.
In the moment anymore.
Be in the moment.
Yeah.
And
everything is for
important?
social media, though.
And what about the moms? Okay, this is my biggest pet peeve. Okay. The moms that have new babies or little toddlers, they're pushing the stroller on the phone, looking at the phone, not looking at the cars or the situation. They go to the park and they're on their phone and their kids are saying, Mom, 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 Mom. Yeah. And it's sad because I'm sad for them. I'm not judging them, but I'm sad for them.
Oh, I'm judging them.
Well, I probably judge them, pray.
Send all emails to jr@currentradio.com.
but that time is so precious and it goes so quickly.
It is. And we're just, like you said, we're not spending that time in the moment. I always try to make sure, one, if my daughter's around, I try not to get on my phone as much, especially like this morning at breakfast, we went to 24th Street. My phone doesn't come out of my pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean? The girlfriend can call and it's like, sorry, babe, I'm not answering the phone.
That's good.
I'll text you when we're done. Even if we're walking out to the car, I'll just shoot a quick text. Hey, we were having breakfast, call you back. You know what I mean? I don't want her, because then what happens? When she becomes older, she watches that. She watches your behavior, and she's going to do the exact same thing. I make sure she never has to say dad more than twice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like dad, and then it's like, dad, okay, I got you. You know what I mean? Because then it just...
Or you explain, hey, I'm going to give you my
second.
undivided attention. Yeah. I need to finish.
Give me a second. I'm doing this real quick, and then I'll get to you, okay?
And that's so awesome. You're teaching her life skills.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because and unfortunately, where it happens a lot is, like we said, at the dinner table, whether it's out or not, because we don't see it. But I'm sure if you're out at a restaurant and you're out with your family and all of you are on your phone, what happens if it even happens, at the dinner table at home?
Oh, you know that they're not checked in.
No.
Yeah.
If they're even at the dinner table anymore. Do families even do that? Do families sit down and have dinner?
We do.
So do I.
I mean, it's important.
Yeah. Even if it's really, just my daughter and I, we still sit down and have dinner.
Even the grandbabies. I told you, everything is an event. We have a little table. And
families don't do that anymore, I think.
No. And they don't realize what they're missing out.
Well, it builds a bond. You know what I mean? And you feel connected to each other.
And we need that connection. And, some of the loneliest times that I personally experienced is when I was surrounded by people.
Mm-hmm.
It's never when I was alone. It's when I was somebody and there was no connection.
Well, yeah, it's the quality of the people that you surround yourself with.
Right.
You can be in a room full of 30 people, not know any of them and feel alone, or you can be in a room with 3 people and they're your best friends and it's, you know what I mean, all you need.
Right. Or you could be in a room of 30 people that you know and care about and still feel lonely.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because, we go through ebbs and flows.
Usually I'm in a room full of people that
don't leave you alone.
I don't like, and they probably don't like me too much. And they try to avoid me half the night, and I just wave from across the room. What, you don't want to take a picture with me? So you take a picture with everybody else? You want to take a picture with me, huh?
Oh, why wouldn't they want to take a picture?
Well, I talk a lot.
Do you lie?
Nope.
Are you?
I speak facts. That's it. I speak 3 languages: English, truth, and sarcasm.
Do people? Do you have an issue getting people to come on your show?
No, because people know that I'm fair.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Except for maybe Andre Gonzalez.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One time they throw him out.
Oh.
Well, I didn't threaten to throw him out. He was just like, I thought this was a interview, not a debate. And I'm like, well, I'm asking questions. Sorry if you can't answer the questions. Sorry nobody else asks you questions that are tough. But if you can't handle it, there's the door.
Did he get up?
And he didn't.
He was probably shocked that somebody said
Well,
that.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. But look,
I respect that. I think that.
But I never try to catch people off guard.
Yeah,
I'll never
heard
bring
the gotcha.
Yeah, I'll never bring you in and not tell you like, I also heard this. No, I'm going to let you know what we're talking about, and it's up to you whether or not you want to come in. And if you decide not to come in, I'm going to tell my people, hey, I asked them to come in and talk about this, and they don't want to talk about it. So here's my opinion of it.
Which is fair. I mean, you give them the choice. That's more than fair.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that. And I think that we should ask questions that no one else asks.
And typically it's the people that how do I put this? The side that thinks I'm on their team usually are the ones that get the most upset with me when I question them. It's like, well, wait a minute. We thought you were with us. Fooled you, didn't I? Yeah. No.
One of the biggest compliments that I've had in the past month is they didn't know if I
was Republican or Democrat. Yeah.
How about we just seek the truth?
That's it. That's all I need.
Just kindness.
Just tell me what's just
do the right thing.
Be honest and tell me what's going on.
And not a lot of people are really upset with our leadership, and I understand that, but there's a lot of times more
to the story.
Than we know. And maybe if everyone were a little bit more transparent, people would feel sorry for them and try to help them.
Well, that's the problem. Some of them aren't so transparent, Kelly. That's all I'm saying. Let's go ahead and take a break. On the other side, we'll continue the discussion. It's Tea at 2 with Kelly Glupinski every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Yeah, we need to think of some theme music, maybe.
I heard the 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Maybe we can get a Tea for 2 logo up on the back sometime. Think of a theme song.
I like rap music.
She likes.
Just let me keep the 90s hip hop. Come on now. You can't go wrong with Ice Cube and Tupac and everything.
Yeah, she loves it.
Snoop Dogg. Let's bring Snoop Dogg.
See, Snoop is in the mainstream. He goes on the Olympics.
In the ballpark
He's so funny.
Even showed up.
I want to say something, but I don't want to offend. Will I offend you, Kelly? I won't offend you. White people love them some Snoop Dogg for some reason.
They do. Look at Martha.
Uncle Snoop.
Yeah, because you know what? He didn't like the cartoons for his grandkids, so he made his own.
Then he was a football coach. He had his league.
He's a getter done.
Cereal.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Forget about all those B's and H's he was talking about back in the day. Murder was the case.
Yeah.
On trial. Nah.
He found Jesus that was never lost.
We learn more about our guest every week. Tea for 2 with Kelly Glupinski. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
Dr. Sam.
What else you want to talk about?
Woggood, chancellor of the University of California at San Francisco, was asked, can only women get pregnant? And that was asked by Representative Mary Miller. You know what? He couldn't answer it. That's what I'm talking about, because everybody listening to me right now knows that only women can get pregnant in the human race.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
I think we
News
enable
Talk
them.
96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Are you a business owner? Let me ask you a question. How many times have you called your IT company and felt like just another ticket number? Well, at Adaptive Networks, exceptional customer service isn't just a promise, it's how they do business every single day. When you call, you'll always talk to a real person who knows your name, understands your business, and genuinely cares about solving your problems. No phone trees, no runaround, no attitude. Their team doesn't just fix your technical issues either. They take the time to explain what happened and how to prevent it in the future. Because great customer service means making sure you're not just satisfied, but you're taken care of. From the moment you become a client, you'll experience the difference that comes with working with a company that puts customer service first. So are you ready to experience IT support the way it should be? Then call Adaptive Networks at 661-241-0638 or visit adaptive-net.com.
Tapping all the time. You gotta get yours before I gotta get mine.
Welcome back. It's the J Show. It's Tea for Two with Kelly Lipinski. Every Tuesday we do it at 2:00. We bring her in. We talk about different topics. We'll keep doing it all until, I don't know, we run out of topics to talk about. We won't ever run out of topics to talk about.
Or we get kicked off.
Or they ban us from something. We're gonna have to put the disclaimer back up on the board back there, Chris. Not this week. We'll keep it still alive, but coming up here in the next couple of weeks, we might have to put that disclaimer back up as politics heat up here in Bakersfield, and both of us get heavily involved in that. But for now, we'll stick to a little bit lighter topics. As we slowly try to not scare people away. What else you want to talk about, Madame?
There's so much.
I know.
Should we go straight into? There's been a lot of talk about nonprofits.
Nonprofits. What about nonprofits?
So what are your thoughts about politicians serving on nonprofit boards?
Are running nonprofits?
Yeah.
How many of them do we have here in town? Well, Eric runs the United Way.
Okay.
I could see, and Entree, I guess, runs. I totally forgot. Our favorite city councilman runs Stewart's Inc. with a multi-million-dollar contract with the county.
Okay.
As an elected official, making $120-some thousand, if not more, a year at that gig, even though he'll lead you to believe I don't even make minimum wage.
He does a lot of volunteering.
I imagine. If I had a job where I only had to work 3 hours a day for 3 days a week, I could volunteer a lot more too.
Now, what does the city council get paid?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
they just basically get a car.
They get a car stipend, which is, I think, $600 and some a month. They get their insurance covered. So you have.
That's $1,000.
That's a lot. That's good. Like I'm
especially if you're sickly.
I want to go run for city. Yeah, Ken Weir. But it's so wrong, Kelly.
Bob Smith's position is opening. Somebody said, "Is it open?"
Yep.
You could move out to Roseville.
And he runs Bike Bakersfield.
Oh, is that what you were just talking about? The bike path.
And now he's part of this. Oh, we need to prioritize bike lanes. Well, how much is Bike Bakersfield going to benefit from that?
See.
Not to mention his businesses that him and his boys run, and how much money they make because he's an elected official and they get to put buildings up, and then the city will come in and say, "Hey, we'll redo all the sidewalks for you."
Do we have rules now for that?
Well, they have to recuse themselves. Like Bob's had to recuse himself from things. Matter of fact, he got in trouble a long time ago for doing that very thing, voting on an issue that he was going to benefit from. And they slapped him on the hand, fined him, and said, don't do that again. And he said, don't worry about it. We'll just find another way to do business. Hi, have you met my friend Andre?
Wow.
You asked the questions, Kelly.
But what about the people that they appoint to boards? Should
They
a private
also-
person be on 5 or 6 boards?
No. Especially depending again on who appoints them and what
are they voting on?
What are they voting on and who benefits from that?
Right.
Yeah, because you could easily, if you run a nonprofit, put in somebody to sit on some committee somewhere where they have a say on how much money that nonprofit that you run might be able to obtain by the city or the county.
We should probably look into
There's
that.
a lot of conflict of interest, as they like to call them in government.
We need transparency.
Well-
I think that that's the issue. And it's not saying that anyone is doing anything wrong. It's the transparency.
Yeah, I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong, Kelly. We don't want to. That's where the disclaimer comes into focus. Yes, transparency. Transparency is what we need. We also need to take another break for our bottom of the hour news, but more. Look at who's texting me. Look at. Do you see who's texting me?
Is it Andre?
No. Heck no.
Andre,
That
I'm
would
free.
be
Give me
funny.
a call.
He doesn't even return my text when I text him. I think the last time I asked him a question, all he said was no. Thanks, Andre. Thanks. Take a break on the other side.
I'll pray for you.
Pray for him. More for Tia 2 with Kelly. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A man charged with intentionally setting a wildfire that destroyed hundreds of buildings in and around Washington State's second largest city was questioned by law enforcement about 2 different fires last year, though he wasn't charged in either. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says 37-year-old Aaron F. Farinacci of Spokane was arrested Monday and booked on suspicion of first-degree arson. Los Angeles fire officials say the deadly 2025 Eaton fire was caused by Southern California Edison equipment. A report released Tuesday found the cause of the fire that killed 19 people and destroyed or damaged more than 9,000 homes and businesses was a tower that was not in service. The Eaton fire was one of 2 blazes that broke out on January 7th, 2025. More details at srnnews.com.
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Rob Archer. The family of 8-year-old Genesis Mata says Kern County Child Protective Services should have done more to protect her. Genesis was found dead in a Bakersfield motel bathtub 1 year ago. Her siblings have filed a federal lawsuit accusing the county and more than 20 workers and supervisors of ignoring warning signs. Links for Life and Kern Medical are offering free mammograms at 9 locations this month. Saturday's Bakersfield stop is booked, but a waiting list is open. Another screening is set for Shafter tomorrow. The program is for women 40 and older who are uninsured or between jobs. Bakersfield Police are holding National Night Out tonight from 6 until 9 at Yokuts Park. Families can meet officers and see police vehicles and equipment. I'm Rob Archer in the Kern Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
It's Monday, one of the hardest days of the week. No, not because it's return to work, because I have to wait so long just to be able to get into the stockyard. Don't know what the stockyard is? It's at 2525 F Street. It's a little speakeasy whiskey bar right next to Casey's Steakhouse from the folks that brought you Casey's Steakhouse. Knock on the door, ring the doorbell. They're going to ask you what's the password. Tell them why not JR. Be prepared to be transported through time. You're going to go back to the Prohibition era. There's all kinds of little secret doorways to go through. You're going to love this place. Maybe you're going out on a date with your significant other, trying to get a quiet evening in. This is the perfect place to do that. Not only can you get specialty cocktail drinks, but you can also get some of the food and appetizers from Casey's Steakhouse. Maybe you want some steak bites. Maybe you want a shrimp cocktail. they can get that for you. All at the Stockyard Whiskey Bar Speakeasy, 2525 F Street. Stop in, ring the doorbell. When they ask the password, tell them, why not JR? It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street.
First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Wednesday edition of the First Look program, we'll talk a little medicine with our friend Dr. Vip Dept. No John Cox, no news quiz. He's out on a culvert someplace, so we will backfill that with news, traffic, and weather. 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3. Don't sweat the technique.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device. Plus, find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio. And streaming right now on YouTube. Head over there. And we're live from the Kern Radio studios. Those studios are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. And this is T for 2. At 2 with Kelly Glapinski, and we're talking about nonprofits. Okay, so Eric Arias, what? You want to keep going? Let's keep going, girl. So Eric Arias runs, you got me started. Be careful what you ask for. Eric Arias is Ward 1, and he runs the United Way of Kern County, Central California, Eastern Kern, and everything west of the Mississippi. I don't know what the name of the place is anymore, but it's long and it's complicated. He runs that one, but he's also a city councilman. Now, Ward 2, Andre Gonzalez, also runs a nonprofit, Stewart's Inc., where he's got millions of dollars in contracts. So does United Way, has contracts with both the city and the county. Same thing for Andre, sitting on Ward 2, runs a nonprofit that has both contracts with the city and the county. Then we get to Ward 3, Ken Weir, who for a while I think was the only one that had a real job. Literally, I think he's the only one that had a real job. Now, this is, what? You laugh, Kelly, but it's true. None of them else have real jobs. I mean, Bob, what? Bob gets money off of his kids that get to build buildings downtown quicker than anybody else because of who he is and who he gets. It's funny how their permits always go up faster than anybody else's.
Do we have
just
any
coincidence?
stats on that?
Just coincidence.
Have we pulled the stats?
Yeah,
Chris?
I can. You want me to? I'll show you. I'll show you my paperwork, girl.
I always tell my kids to bring receipts.
I got receipts. Trust me. That's why they don't threaten to sue me, because they know I got them. They can threaten, but they
I
ain't
left
gonna.
the backpack in the car.
They only threaten. They only threaten, Kelly. They don't ever go through with it because they know they don't got anything. And then let's see, that got me started. Where was I? Bob makes money off of it. So I mean, his kids.
You said Ken Ware.
Ken Weir
Had
had
a
the
real
real
job.
job. Bob Smith runs Bike Bakersfield, and him and his boys get to build overpriced condos in downtown Bakersfield and then have the city repave everything around it. It's
Okay.
awesome. It's awesome. Who's next? That's 4. 5 is, who's Ward 5?
Is it Carr or Basher Test?
No, I think 5 is, what's his name?
Coleman. He has a real job.
What does he do?
He is
I thought he was retired.
Well, and he had a real job.
He had a real job until he came to city council. Now he's retired. And he helps out with like the homeless stuff too, I believe.
Yeah,
he's involved, engaged there.
I'm pretty sure he used to be an insurance adjuster.
Oh. Okay. Well, there's a few
I
things
can
that
circle back with that.
there's a few things that need adjusting with him too. Do you know my name for him? Do you want to know my name for all of them?
Probably not.
Then we'll just move on. Next is
It's getting hot in here. Do we have a fan?
Hey, Kelly, you asked for it. Can't count on Coleman. Number 6 is that's Zach, I believe. Zach, he's my favorite.
He has a job, right?
He does have a job. He runs a auto dealership at the auto mall.
Right.
Yes, he
Successful.
does. Very successful family business.
Right.
Very, very successful. And he works there every single day he's in there. And so, yes, he does have a real job, and he still is one of the best city councilmen that
Now,
we
does
have,
the
in my
city or
opinion.
county doesn't vote on whether you should buy a car or not? Right?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
No conflict of interest.
Nope. He doesn't have, as far as I know, it doesn't help run a nonprofit or anything else. He got involved because his businesses were being affected by policies that people were making, and he thought, I could do this better than you guys can, and he can. That's why we call him Badass Bashir Tash.
Ooh.
See, that's his nickname.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
And then we have the last.
Oh, where's my coffee mug? Manpreet Kaur. You haven't seen my coffee mug?
No.
It's my core for California when she tried to run for state senate here, but now she's decided, since I couldn't win that gig, I'll just go ahead and stay a city councilwoman where I've done absolutely nothing. I think she was sitting for a nonprofit before too, but now does anybody know what kind of job she has? Because I've heard several different things. She used to work for Wonderful, and then that's not a thing anymore. She used to work for something else. Now she has a state appointed position. I don't even know what the woman does. I don't even think she knows what she does.
Do you think, playing devil's advocate, do you think that maybe because they work for the city or the county that they see the issues, so they know how to fix it in their nonprofit, and their nonprofit is righteous?
Gets what?
Their nonprofit is maybe righteous?
Oh, I thought you meant gets riches. No, righteous. Oh, yes, that too. No, they none of them. What does Andre do? What does Stuart Singh do?
They are, for the lack of better words, accountants for people that are on social benefits.
I didn't realize Andre was an accountant, because the way he handles our money and taxpayer money is terrible. He's not a good steward of our tax money. So I couldn't imagine how he would be a good steward of anybody's money. Matter of fact, those jobs fit him perfectly because he's used to spending other people's money.
Well, maybe he wants to reform.
And I think the perfect do-nothing job for Andre is Sacramento. That's why I am borderline so close to voting for him.
Who is he running against?
Sal Ione.
Yeah, Sal's probably going to take it. Do you think? Or
I
do you think
know
Andre?
that.
What are your thoughts?
I know Sal would be better. Mr. Ione would be a better assemblyman. The only problem is you're up in Sacramento, so you're up against 60 Democrats, and you're never going to get anything done, like ever.
Right.
Unless you're Shannon Grove, and every once in a while you can get
She's
something done. She's a badass.
Yeah.
And she gets stuff done because she knows how to work with people, right? She'll go across the aisle. She's
I
not
remember
scared
when
of those
she
things.
went on Jazz McKay's show when she was first running, and they made a comment and were basically making fun of her. So she was military, yada yada.
Yeah.
And she took the gun apart and put it back together in seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad.
She's bad. You don't mess with Shannon Grove.
Yeah.
But outside of her, there's nobody else. Unless you're a Democrat, you don't get anything done. So as much as I would say Sal would be a good assemblyman and represent us well, he's not going to be able to get anything done. And this is my way of getting rid of Andre Gonzalez. Like, tell me, where do you have more power? Do you have more power if you are one of 68 Democrats up in Sacramento where you don't even have to vote? I mean, that's the perfect job for Andre. He doesn't even have to show up. He doesn't have to vote. You don't have to do anything. Or do you want him being one of 7 people that where your vote means a lot and you could change trajectories of the city?
But do you think the Democrats or Republicans on whether it's the supervisors or the
they're supposed
city
to
council,
be nonpartisan, Kelly.
But I mean, well, do you see them voting differently, or do they generally vote unanimously? Does it matter what they are?
Yes, I think the city council does sometimes, with the exception of, like I said, can't count on Komen. And that's why I said you can't count on Komen, because he'll talk a good game right up until the vote, and then he just votes with the rest of them. And it's like, dude, like, why'd you do that? You asked a good question, but now you're just like, well, the money's been appropriated already, and we're just going to have to go ahead and go along to get along. Well, thanks. And I can't count on you.
Right.
And that's why it's the nickname. Can't count on
So
Komen.
do you think we need to get some young blood, new people?
I don't think it has to be young. I just think it has to be somebody that's
Old, cranky
competent.
people?
No, just somebody competent that has good leadership and planning abilities.
Have
Somebody
you seen very many of those people walking the street?
Yes, and none of them want to get, well,
Nobody wants to get involved
That's
if they're
right.
sane.
That's right, because it's politics, and who wants to play politics?
Yeah.
Nobody.
It's really ugly.
It
It
is.
really is.
It can be, yeah.
And again, if
Then
we
you got
take
people like
politics-
me on the radio shouting at you, yelling at you all the time. Who wants that? Picking on you, giving you nicknames like wannabe assemblyman. Yeah, you're a wannabe assemblyman.
I've never heard any of this badness.
You picked a good day to come by, Kelly.
We're gonna at 3:02. We're having a little Bible study for JR.
I got my Bible. I can bring my Bible every day with me.
No, I mean you have some really good points.
I don't care. Like I said, young, old.
So we've discovered that there's not a lot that we can do right now to
Well,
change the city or the county. What
there-
about our kids?
There is some things that we can do to change, though,
What can
because
we
that
do?
election is coming up, and the deadline to file papers to run for city council
If
is
another person sticks that paper on my doorstep,
it's
I'm gonna
Friday.
lose it.
It's Friday. Friday is the deadline
Right.
to turn in papers to say I want to be a city council person. And at least there are people stepping up that want to run against people like Bob Smith, because for a long
He's
time
my district.
they've run unopposed. Well, why aren't you running, Kelly?
That's what I'm saying.
Again, we talk about, well, what do you see anybody walking around the streets like that? No, there's one sitting next to me and she's deciding she doesn't want to get involved either.
I think that there's more power behind the scenes
I
trying
think
to get them to do the right thing
that's-
by pressure, by transparency, than actually being the person.
I feel that way too sometimes, because I've been asked previously to run for office and take a city council seat, and
Right.
and sometimes I feel like I can get more done on this side by bringing attention to matters and constantly running my mouth about things than I could if I was there and stacked against people that aren't going to vote that direction anyways, regardless of
Regardless
what I
of what you say.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's just no common sense.
Right.
And that's usually what it boils down to, is common sense.
So maybe we educate the public. Maybe instead of running for office, we have a more powerful voice of speaking truth, speaking transparency, and not telling people what to think, but asking them to think.
Well, that's what I tried to do. I try not to, I always tell people, don't take what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to give you facts. And I want you there, and I had to do that. I played a very tight line a couple months ago because I had to, of how I presented facts in a way that wasn't directing people to conclusions, because then I couldn't be accused of saying, well, you're saying this. No,
Right.
all I'm doing is presenting truth and facts. And I'm telling people, now you decide what to do with those things.
Have you noticed how many alphabet people have been in our county lately?
No.
DOJ,
Oh, yeah.
FBI,
The FBI, DOJ,
CIA,
all those.
DOJ,
Yeah.
ICE,
Uh-huh.
all of them.
All of them.
Why?
Don't know. Why?
I don't know. I mean,
Because-
I'm just a Gigi. What do I know?
Because the city's not doing their job correctly, maybe.
So
It's like I talked about at the beginning of the show, how the CHP had to come in over the weekend and bust 4 people for DUI on one corner, while BPD's like setting up a checkpoint on the other side of town, getting one.
right.
The CHP did in less than an hour what it takes BPD to do in a month.
They were pretty badass.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And why isn't our city doing enough? Because they like to go, oh, it's Sacramento's fault. No, let's get over that. And yeah, some of it is, but there's things that we can do here that can impact and change things.
My personal perspective on that is that, they're too lenient. I think
Oh, yeah.
BPD is too lenient.
I think BPD,
I
well,
think that-
BPD lays on we can't do anything because they're just going to get out of jail in 30 minutes when we put them in. So why do we even bother? And then the Kern County District Attorney will say, well, it's Sacramento's fault that I can't charge them with anything. And it's like, okay, well,
And there's truth to all of that.
There is.
But how can we change that?
we can also exactly be proactive in doing things. There are laws on our books here in the city that we can enact. There's things that we can do. The city doesn't prosecute anything. We have city attorneys that all they do is litigate.
Because they want to win.
They litigate. Well,
Right?
they litigate like defense. It's more of a defense attorney. Like their lawsuits. That's all they deal with. Instead of going, the city attorney in Bakersfield used to prosecute misdemeanors.
Wow.
They don't do that. They left that now to the county, and Cynthia's over there like, misdemeanors. Nobody cares about misdemeanors. Hell, she doesn't even care about felonies.
When I was in
She'll cut you a plea
Sacramento,
deal. What does Ralph call her now? Monty Hall. Let's make a deal. That's the district attorney.
Ralph Bailey? I thought they were close.
That's why I respect them at least a little bit, because they are, or they're supposed to be. And
Yeah.
so
Well, good for Ralph.
I know. That's what I say. That's why I call out people too. I'm like, whatever. Care how close you think we are, how many pictures we've taken together, how many hands we've shaken. I don't care.
I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, we take photos with everyone. And I can't tell you how many times I've taken photos with somebody and my husband calls me and says, "Oh my God, they have a rap sheet."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to too, but like I said, now people don't want to take pictures anymore. That's a true story too.
Really?
A
They
dead
tell
true
you
story. No, well, there was a group of us taking a picture and they noticed somebody else walking by and they're like, "Hey, get in the picture." And the person looked over and they're like, "Nah, I'm good."
Wow.
hmm
Wow.
Yeah. Monty Hall.
I'm sorry.
Monty Hall. Let's make a deal.
But you know, she has to be in a tough spot.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while I was in Sacramento, I was told that we're the pedo Kern County. They were calling us pedo Kern County.
Well,
that's sad.
it is.
That's so sad.
When you get that reputation, there's got to be some truth behind it, right?
Right. I mean, usually there's smoke, there's fire. But again, how can we make a change? Why don't, instead of jumping to conclusions, why don't we have them come on and explain why they're so lenient?
Well, one of them won't. She not only will not come on the show, but she got to host another show that I was producing, and I was asked not to produce that show while she was on. So she won't even talk to me.
That's not very Christian-like.
She won't even talk to you. She, but whatever.
But she's one of
Sheriff Donnie will call all the time. I'll call out Donnie and he'll call me up real quick, either text me or call into the show.
I know.
He'll do it right
He is
there.
a great man.
And that's why I love and respect Donnie.
Right.
Because I will sit here.
He walks the talk.
Yeah. And if I criticize him or call him out on something, he's willing to come in and still face it or talk to me about it.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
His woman is awesome.
Well, I don't know anything about his woman.
Really?
No. You want to take a phone call? Let's see what the listeners are saying.
Oh.
661-842-5376. Who you got?
Jack is on the line.
Oh, heck no. Do we have any?
Do we have any other call? No, just playing. Hey, Jack, you're on the JR show. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I couldn't miss the opportunity
Hi, Jack.
to talk about soft sentence Cindy.
Oh, I like that
Ooh.
name, Soft Scented
like
Cindy. Yeah, we went with the Make a Deal Monty Hall version, but I like that one too.
I like soft sentence. And here's the deal. That's kind of the point is with her is if you start low, because the prosecutor or the DA that's going to prosecute that case is going to make the determination of what they think or what they feel they are going to be able to get the biggest conviction of. And when they start low, like our soft sentence DA does, then they're going to make a deal that's even lower. Taken for a fact what just happened with that pimp from
Kevin Mays. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have gone after the biggest sentence you can do, and I cited it actually on a page. I think it was on Kelly's page in a comment with somebody. But it was, hey, she could have went after the biggest deal and then made a deal that came back that still would have been higher than what they ended up doing. But she started low. They lowballed it from the very beginning because they don't want to work. She doesn't want to work, and in my opinion, I mean, this is just. I can't say this is fact. This is just my opinion from outside looking in. It looks like she has a soft spot for pedophiles, and I don't know why that would be, but it seems like that might be the case here in Kern County.
Yeah, she goes for the easy conviction so she can have a high conviction rate and say, well, look, I convict 85 people, 85% of the people that come through here. I'm tough on crime. It's like, yeah, but how many plea deals did you cut? How many times do we see it where, like you mentioned, Kevin Mays, he'll be out by the end of the year.
4 months. I think he has 4 months.
And you're right. It's not the fault of the state. The state's not helping us any. They're not.
No.
They're making it more difficult, but they haven't made it impossible. And so it takes a qualified DA and a DA's office that is gung-ho and wants to go after criminals to get it done in the state of California. And the unfortunate reality is that our DA's office in Kern County is no longer what it used to be. It is now a soft sentence DA's office, and it's sad. It really is.
I like it. I like
When
that.
is her term up?
Not this one, 2 more years. Yeah, because she got the extension with the sheriff where they were on odd numbers and they switched them to be presidential years. And they got an extra 2 years without having to run for re-election. Yeah. So she'll be around for 2 more years. But no, thanks for the call, Jack. We gotta get to a break, but always appreciate you, brother.
Thank
Always
you, Jack.
appreciate chiming in. Jack's a great listener.
He is
Great participator. Love
one of my favorite fans.
one of my favorites out there. Got to bring him in. Maybe I'll bring him in on Thursdays or something. Really start to stir the pot.
As I put the pot back together.
As you're like, get me out of here.
Fired.
It's fine. Come on in. The water is warm. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, my lady.
You know, it was a pleasure. It really was. And I would like to leave this with our listeners. This weekend, put your phone down. Have a nice meal with your family.
Yeah.
Make some eye contact.
Before school starts, just take some time with your kid this weekend and spend time with them.
Be present.
Be present.
Be present.
Be present right there, because
Be transparent.
one of my other sayings is the most that you can spend on anyone is time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's the best gift there is.
I can spend $20 on my daughter and I'll make that back in an hour working here today, right?
Right.
But if I spend 20 minutes with her, that's 20 minutes I'll never get back in my life.
Right. Hence what I was telling you, moms, put your phones down. Pay attention.
Dads too.
Dad should pay attention to the moms too.
Well, dads too.
I got money from your girlfriend for that.
All right. Well, thank you so much
It
for
was truly
stopping
a
by.
pleasure.
We'll do it again next Tuesday.
Okay, sounds good. I'm coming back from Colorado.
Ooh,
So yeah, I'll have some news there.
good. We'll compare
Going to
Bakersfield.
slightly stupid. Hopefully I don't have any contact high.
Are you went to that concert?
Yeah, at Red Rock.
Oh, I've never been to a show at Red Rock.
Oh, it's our second one. We went. It's so beautiful.
I bet.
We're staying at riding the train and staying at the Crawford that's in the old
When do we leave?
bags packed Thursday.
Here we go. Doing the show live from Colorado on Monday.
Woo!
Thanks for stopping by, Kelly. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Great, thank you.
Tea for two every Tuesday right here on the JR Show. We'll be back. Check the text board and find out what we learned on the show. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Not much time here. I want to thank Kelly Lipinski for stopping by. Team for two every Tuesday. What's up? Oh, I thought you were trying to tell me something. You were telling me 1 minute.
No, I'm giving you a 1 minute signal.
1 minute signal. Not trying to tell me something. Yeah,
you wasted all the time of the show. There was too much tea.
1 minute. There's always enough tea to go around. We'll do that every Tuesday with our friend Kelly Lipinski. Every Tuesday, tea for two. Stick around tomorrow. It's a Wellness Wednesday. Where'd my sheet go? Dr. Oh, I lost it. Dr. Grupa with Mercy Hospital. He's a pulmonologist. Talk about smoking in relations to your health. Whatever else comes up. Stick around for the Ralph Bailey Show. Kathy Abernathy is hosting. You want to stay tuned for that. This has been the JR Show. Xavier, hi. Isaiah, hi. Lily, Dad loves you.
I blew your mind. Blew your mind. I thought we had a chance, lady.
Current Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM.
Hey, you guys be good. I don't know if
American
she's
General
doing
Media Station.
YouTube, so stick around.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
It's my